Yo guys, it's down, it's MC Noble here, welcome back to another live. Today I thought I'd talk about what got me into MCing, what got me into rapping. I suppose a lot of people who follow big musicians and small musicians always possibly wonder how they got into doing what they do, why they like doing what they do, and what made them want to do what they do, and how they went about starting to do it. And I've touched on this topic before, but under a different title, like how did I start MCing or something. But the reason why I bring up this topic is because this topic's so kind of weird for me. It's so weird because there's like a couple of things what happened years ago, which sort of, in a way, like makes sense now, but also in a way doesn't make sense. So, as a matter of fact, years before I even thought about MCing. Now, bearing in mind, I started MCing in 2015. It was July of 2015, and before that, I had never thought about MCing. It never entered my head. Never thought of something that would be something I wanted to do. As a matter of fact, I wanted to be a DJ. I was quite into mixing the music back then. Well, I say mixing the music, but I wasn't all that good at it. So I just used to kind of make some of it up, and I used to try and mix, but I'll admit I was terrible at it. I still mix now. I still have a passion, and I still enjoy mixing, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about. Now, years ago, now I'm talking when I was like 11 years old, younger. I was into an MC group called the Blackout Crew, and you may know the Blackout Crew. I think they come from Bolton, and it was like a group of about 6 MCs. I know one of them was MC Cover, MC Zach K. I can't remember all of them, and they MC'd over like some like Clublandy donk tracks, and they did quite well for themselves. They brought out a very recognised song in the music industry called "Put a Donk on It," and I used to love that group to the point where, for Christmas, I asked for their CD. They released an album in 2009. And it got to the point where I used to MC to their songs, and I used to know the words, and I used to get a mic, and I used to go along with their songs. But I never imagined that in years' time to come that I would become MCing myself, if you know what I mean. Like, it never, like when I used to MC back then, like to the Blackout Crew, like just because I enjoyed listening to them, like when a good song that you like comes on the radio, and just because you like it, you maybe start singing it in your head, or maybe you do sing it out loud. That's kind of what it was for me with the Blackout Crew. Then we're going to date things a little bit forward to, I would easily say, about 2013, 2014. I was still at school, and I was hanging about with some mates, the same ones who I actually meet at the pub now on a weekend. And we used to play, they used to play a lot of TFI, which was a bit like hardcore, and there was like some MCs over it. And I used to sometimes just occasionally, like, if I liked the song, sing along to that. And then someone out of the friendship group, I wouldn't really call him a friend of mine, I know him, but, there's different reasons. Some stuff's gone on with us in the past and stuff like that. Another different story to get into. And, he said, you should try MCing. And I told him exactly where to shove it. I said, listen, look, there's no chance in hell I could go at the pace that people like the Blackout Crew go to, have the songs banging and, go with the flow like they do. And then nothing no more ever happened. He never asked me again. He never, he never sort of brought up the situation again. And then we'll date back to 2015, July of 2015. I had just recently finished college, doing a motorcycle engineer course. I enjoyed the course, but it wasn't what I expected it was going to be. For me, I'm more of a physical person, so like I don't think I would have enjoyed MCing that much if I'd have been learning about MCing in a classroom, if you know what I mean. I'm more the person who likes to physically be shown how to do something, and then like to actually physically do the exercise. There was a lot of classroom work in it for me, a lot of like sat down filling booklets in, reading diagrams and stuff like that. I'd rather just someone show me what to do there and then. And anyway, I just recently, not long, finished college, and I go online on the PlayStation to join a good friend of mine from up north, called Kyle. I don't think he'll mind me mentioning him. And he was playing a song from MC Pat Flynn, and he happened to say, you should try doing something like what he does, because even then, like, I was known to always play music in the chat parties. I was known to, put my records on. Do you know what I'm saying? A bit like what I do now. So he said, oh, you should MC like this guy, or you should give it a go. And I said, no, I said, there's no way in Jose that I'm going to be able to do something like this. This is madness. This is crazy. You can't surely expect that I could compete with someone like this guy. Anyway, I watched the video. He told me to watch the video, and yeah, I enjoyed the video. I enjoyed listening to him, and by the way, shout out to Pat Flynn. He is he is an incredible MC. He's got some talent there. But then a couple of days later, I decided to watch back on the song, and the song had lyrics on the screen. You can still get the exact video what I watched now. And it's a channel. He's uploaded about 3 or 4 Pat Flynn songs, and they've all got lyrics on the screen. And to cut the story short, I started like watching the video, reading the lyrics, trying to learn some of the words, and I decided to record a video of myself doing one of Pat Flynn's MCs. I did, because I'd learnt a section of the song to the point where I could do it like without looking at the lyrics on the screen. Like I memorized it in my head. I'd gone over it that many times that I kind of forced it to stick in my brain. Basically, yeah, I uploaded a video to Facebook. We're doing that. Got a couple of likes, a couple of shares. A few people said, this is Pat Flynn's song. This isn't his. Which I was truthful in the comments. I said, look, I was just doing one of Pat Flynn's songs. But then a couple of days later, I decided to write my own MC. I thought, imagine if I could actually write my own MC. So I actually come up with something. It did rhyme. It was all right. I can still vaguely remember what the rhyme was about. It was called To The Beat one time. I can't fully remember it now, but it was To The Beat one time, and then I put in a rhyme about falling off my bike and getting a scrape on my elbow, getting cocky to the cops, mixing beastie drops, and then something about a black fleece at the end. And it started to get a few likes again, a few shares. I decided to write another one a couple of days later, and I started to enjoy it. I started to think like, what, I'm actually enjoying doing this. Now, I'll admit, the second MC that I uploaded was probably one of the best MCs people have liked me doing, because people still mention it today. I kind of partly got it from another MC, partly got it from Pat Flynn, but I changed things up a bit. In a way, I kind of like rewrote it. And it was a one-bed flat. Pat Flynn said a rhyme about a one-bed flat, and I kind of I picked up the rhyme and sort of changed it about a bit. And for some reason, like, some people go on about it today, like, oh, do another one-bed flat track, like, just upload yourself doing the one-bed flat again. A lot of people still say it, like, they enjoy the one-bed flat. So it went down really well. Then I did another MC after that, which didn't do as well. It was, I think I got a bit too cocky and challenged myself to a quick song and I just sounded like completely rubbish. I just sounded completely out of time. I just sounded completely out of rhyme. I guess the rhymes were there, but in a way it wasn't that good, if you know what I mean. It was basic, and it just didn't sound great. And I think the thing was, I think at first people were sort of joking and taking the mick. They didn't sort of know if I was like doing it properly or if I was just like purely having a joke. But to tell you the truth, I don't know why I carried on doing it. Like, there's no reason. Like, there wasn't a point where I sat down and said I'm gonna carry on doing this. I just kind of kept going, uploading them, and never stopped. And then before I knew it, like, I was just this guy called MC Noble, and you know, people were starting to know me around the town. And then I just thought, well, I've got to keep going now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I taught myself. A lot of people like who MC, like, they get their mates to film them on the playground, or they like, you know what, they try to get like, they try to go like cockily for views, like they try to set the scene like a Stormzy song. You know, they try to like diss one another to cause a little bit of banter, or to get a few views, to, you know, to diss a little spit to another kid maybe around his age who raps as well, just to get the online war going. Whereas me, I literally sat down in my bedroom, found beats, thought of lyrics, wrote lyrics down, and I just did everything myself. I watched videos for inspiration, listened to other MCs, just kept going. And the thing is, I recorded myself the whole time. Like, there was never a point where I did an MC and I didn't upload it. I've never done an MC that's never been uploaded. Like, obviously I've MC'd and not recorded myself MCing, but I've always like MC'd something that I've already said in a video. So I don't think there's any bar that I've said that hasn't been recorded. If I think of a new bar, I always record it. I never make an MC track and don't post it. It just doesn't happen. The only time I MC and don't record is if I'm like rehearsing a track, or if I've like just come up with a track and I'm just giving it a try, to see how it sounds. But to be completely and honestly truthful with you guys, I've literally taught myself to MC, and I literally posted every video, and I literally just brought up the whole experience of MCing, and done it myself, if you know what I mean. I haven't messed about. I haven't got anyone to film me. I haven't, you know, I've only had help recently when I've had like studio tracks recorded. But in terms of like all the MCing, I didn't have like. So what would I recommend to start MCing, or not necessarily MCing, but anyone who maybe wants to play piano, play a violin, sing, rap, maybe play a guitar, maybe become a drummer, or maybe even make beats, maybe even like make electronic music on like PC programs and stuff like that. One thing is that I would recommend is to post everything that you do, or at least most things what you do. Because the thing about it is like, you can post a crap video of you rapping at the beginning, but video, say 3 months down the line, or you've kept posting, you can see like how you've changed. Like, then people can come back, like, and it's showing people that you're determined. Like, I've literally got like every MC I've done practically is on Facebook. And I can watch back, and I can go back to a year ago today, and I can think, geez, I've improved. Then I can go back 2 years and think, God, I used to sound so bad back then. But also other people, you know, I listen to people like all the time, and they always go, you're a sick MC, like, I'm going to be truthful here, when you first started, you know, I thought you were crap, but now, like, you're really good, you're going with the flow, you're improving. And that's because they've had the videos to see me, so they've seen me start off crap, then they've seen me build up, they've seen me rise up, they've seen me keep uploading, improving each video. There was someone, I can't remember, someone commented on a video like 2 years ago, saying like how much I'd improved, like since last, like they hadn't watched me for a bit, and then they watched one, and how I'd improved. And that just shows like uploading. So definitely post a lot. Like, don't be shy. Like, if you think you have a talent for something, or you want to give something a go, post, get people on board. And if people do give a bit of hate, just ignore the haters. A lot of people like, in a way, agree with the haters. They read a hateful comment, like people saying like, this is terrible, and then they start doubting themselves and thinking, is this terrible? Like, you know what, maybe this guy is right. Look at all the other people who do it like so much better. But the thing is, you can't start doing something perfect. You know, you're never perfect. Like, Pat Flynn isn't the best MC, the Blackout Crew isn't the best MC. There is no best MC. There is no one. There's no best of anything. No one is the best at anything. There's no like person who's the best at making music, because there's so many different people what like different kinds of music, and so many different music which gets made, which is good. And that's honestly, in a way, like why I don't have a favorite song. People always say, what is your favorite song? I don't have a favorite song. And the reason why I don't have a favourite song is because there's so much good music about. It's so hard for me to pick a favourite song. There's a song, I go through a period where I'm like into a song and I play it quite a lot, and I maybe say like, this is my favourite song at the moment, like I'm enjoying playing this at the minute. But I don't have an absolute all-time favourite song. I just like different music, so I just play different music, and that's what it's all about. So, you know, like, obviously, like, you know, just ignore the hate comments. That's what I say, because you're going to get better. And if you keep posting, you're proving them haters wrong. Because them haters want, they want to hate on you. They want you to feel upset. And they want you to think that you're not good. And they want you to stop. But if you prove to them that you can keep going, like they can, they in the end they might go, actually, you know what, you're actually pretty decent now, and then, they might actually, in the end, they might apologise for hating on you years ago, or they might go, I'm going to admit, I left a few comments, saying that you weren't that good, years ago, a few years ago, but now I'm going to admit you're actually quite good. Or if worst comes to the worst, a friend of mine was telling me a story. The guy who records me doing the studio tracks, he was in a band, and when he started playing the guitar at school, a couple of lasses used to make fun of him for playing the guitar. Made fun of him, made out like he was nothing. And then a couple of years down the line, he was gigging with his guitar down in a local pub, and these girls actually came to the gig, watched him play the guitar, and then like found him after his gig and said, "Oh, you're so good on the guitar, you're so amazing." And my friend on the guitar just said, "Get stuffed. I remember you years ago. I remember what you said back at school." Karma's a bitch, I suppose, isn't it? So definitely, prove the haters wrong, but don't prove all haters wrong, because sometimes people can say negativity but not in a nasty way. Sometimes people can just tell you that you're bad, but tell it in a sort of truthful way and give you a tip on how to improve. Like, some people, will just hate and they'll just go like, "Oh, give up. I hope you choke on the mic, you can't rap for crap." But then you might get another person who says, to be honest, bro, this track isn't that good, you need to do such and such and go with the flow a bit more. That's not hating, that's just someone giving their honest opinion and telling you where you can improve. And to be honest, I get that. I had that from a guy the other week. He said, look, he said, you're really good, you're really improving on what you've done. I used to think you were rubbish, but now you've improved, but you need to do this a little more and that. And he even said, look, I'm not trying to hate or anything like that. it's all about forgetting the haters, scrapping the haters and saying goodbye. Do you know what I mean? And obviously listening to the people, giving out support. But most of all, I would honestly, the best tip is just to keep posting. That's what I do. Like I stream. Sometimes I don't get many viewers on a stream, but I don't stop the stream. I keep going. I keep, that stream's out there for people to watch if they want to watch. Me MC, shiz like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously that's the way it. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it goes. But yeah, that's really how I started MCing. It was crazy. And the reason why the story's so weird, because I used to MC to Blackout Crew as a kid, but it never I never put the two and two together as a kid and thought that when I was older I'm gonna start MCing. Do you know what I'm saying? And what do I want to do this as a job now? I do want to do it as a job now. To actually be truthful with you, I love MCing. I want to make it a career. Do I think there's a career in MCing? Yes, but it's not an easy career. It's not as easy as working in a shop. The work isn't as easy, because the thing about MCing is MCing is kind of like MCs. You don't always need MCs. It depends on how you put the term MCing. When I think of the term MCing, I class myself as someone who makes tracks over dance tracks. So I aren't just someone who supports a DJ, if you know what I mean. So in other words, what I'm saying is I take a track and I put my own, I make my own songs. So when I think of performing, I think of performing and doing them songs. Whereas MCs can be used as the term the master of ceremony, the person who the person who sort of introduces people onto the stage, the people who you go to these hardcore events and you get people like MC Wizkid, and they're right now stepping on the decks is the DJ Darren Styles. Make some noise for the Darren Styles. And then they'll just hype the crowd up. So when the beat's building up, they'll say, when the beat drops, I want to hear some noise and I want to see some stomping on the ground. Who is ready for the beat drop? And then the beat will drop, and then every now and again they will do a bit of MCing. But you'll find with Wizkid and you'll find with MC Storm and stuff like that, that a lot of the time they will actually just be sort of hyping the crowd up more than actually MCing themselves. Because when you go into an event like that, you want to listen to the tunes and you want to listen, you want to listen to the mix. You sort of, in a way, you're more there for the DJ, but the MC is just kind of hyping you up, and he'll sort of he'll maybe press what are they called, like smoke machines, do you know what I mean? Like a cloud smoke, and all the effects, and they'll spray the snow guns and stuff like that. Like the vapor machines type thing. The big the fluid machines. That's what it. That's another part of MCing. And stuff like that, but it depends what you want to do. I'm more a person who likes making my own tracks, getting a beat, putting lyrics over it. I'd like to make backing tracks in the future, with someone. I'd like to in a way become a duo with a DJ who will make backing tracks, and then I can perform with them as well, and they'll mix tracks in and stuff like that. But really, I'd take anything. I will support DJs. I do go over the bounce sets and stuff like that. When I'm live on Facebook and obviously the YouTube. But it really just depends what you want to do. It really depends how you go about doing things. It's all up to you. Same with piano. You've got to think where do you want to play piano? Do you want to just teach the piano? Do you want to go on stage and perform with the piano? What can you do with the piano? Do you want to make your own piano melodies and work with maybe artists who make their own electronic music? And do you want to make Do you want to like be like the keyboard man who plays the melody in the song? If you're a drummer, you know, are you the type of person who wants to like just like join a band and be the drummer for that band? Are you someone who wants to like drum their own beats for a song? You know, you've got to think, say, you know, same with the guitar. Are you gonna like join a band and, you know, strumming a guitar, or are you gonna like play guitar and sing your own stuff, or like again, are you gonna like put your own like backing beats and work with a singer who's gonna sing over that? You've got to think about what you want to do, and that's what I've got to do when I'm going to the beat myself. I've got to think like theoretically. I'll take any work under MCing. MCing's a little bit different. You know, you can like, you know, you can support a DJ, or you know, you can try and get a gig performing your own tracks. But personally, I'd say it's up to you. You know, I can't tell you guys what to do, but I'm here to give you tips, and this is what I enjoy doing, because although some of you guys may not think it or realise it, in the 3 years I've come a long way with the MCing. I'm very well known in my town. Some of you guys, you know, won't live in my town, obviously, won't live in my area, so you won't know what it's like. Like, for all you know, I could be making this crap up, and I could just be a guy who's completely getting nowhere, for all you know. But to tell you the honest, God's honest truth, I'm well known in the town. A lot of people around my area, you know, they want to take pictures with me. They're telling me to keep it up. You know, you only have to look at my Facebook page and see, you know, the likes keep growing. That's all I can really say. Do you know what I mean? What can I say? But yeah, I'm going to cut this live, guys. So please like, subscribe and comment. Peace.